Hello, hello. Testing, testing. How am I sounding? I did tweak a few things since the last stream. Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, if you guys thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, if I'm ever cutting out, just let me know. Yeah, but hi, good morning. Welcome. Um, okay, yeah. How was everyone's weekend? Um, Yeah, like how did your guys' weekend go? I don't even remember mine personally. Um, what did I do this weekend? Jeez, it was kind of a bit of a blur. Um, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I did groceries at one point. I remember that. I remember groceries. Groceries happened. Um, I went and hung out with some coworkers last night. We got drunk and messed with each other. Oh my goodness. Coworker parties. Those are a vibe. Yeah, no, uh, I've been to my fair share. Yeah, they can be really interesting because you work in this professional setting with all these people, um, and you just end up seeing a whole different side of them eventually. Like once you're at like these parties, like you'll see freaking Brenda from HR, who is like the biggest goody two shoes, and so sweet and nice to everyone. She'll get like white girl wasted off of one white claw and just start like stripping on the bar table. Um, we've known each other for years. Okay, nice. Um, and yeah, uh, the biggest thing I found in coworker parties, it either goes one of two ways. One, it's just like super awkward. We messed up a whole bottle of Smirnoff. Oh wow. Um oh, I have so many traumatic memories from drinking Smirnoff. I can't even look at a bottle of Smirnoff the same way anymore. Um, but yeah, it either goes one of two ways. One, it's just like super awkward. And everyone just wants to leave but doesn't really know how to like politely exit. Um, White claws, yeah. Um, and then the other way is that like everyone just ends up hooking up with everyone. Everyone gets really drunk, everyone does things, and it gets weird, it gets freaky real fast. I've in my experience, it usually goes one of two, like in either of those directions. Um, we all crashed at one of their places. Oh, nice. Yeah, it was just five of us. Okay, nice small group. That's good. Yeah, I'm not a. Well, actually, like I was thinking about this recently, but I'm either like a very small group so person or an extremely large group person. And I think a lot of it boils down to having social anxiety that like I really just prefer to either have one or two people at most to hang out with because then I can actually like um feel like part of like the conversation and stuff like that. Um but then like if it's like a super large group, it's a lot easier to either break up into smaller groups if I want to chat with people, or I can just like be a wallflower and no one will notice. Same, either my group of three friends. Yeah, exactly. Because like I find my friends and me had a 3 day LAN party. Like, oh my god, I've always wanted to do a LAN party. I've never done one before, and I've heard that they're super fun. Um, yeah, I've always wanted to try that. But yeah, I find like in groups of let's say like 10 people, like 5 to 10 people, I just find there's always more than one conversation happening. I can't follow any of them, and like I just end up feeling very overwhelmed personally. and I usually just end up being very very quiet, and then because the group is so small, they notice when I get quiet, and then usually there's that one person who's like, are you sad? Like, are you not enjoying yourself? And it's like, no, I am. Like, I just like to vibe. Um, like in large groups, I kind of just like to be there, even if I'm not like the center of attention. Sometimes it's nice just to be around people. You know what I mean? And in a large, like super large party, you like it's a lot easier to get away with that. But in like medium sized groups, they just it's like people take personal offense to it, and it's like, no, you don't understand. I'm enjoying the vibes, even if I'm not participating in the vibes. The vibes are nice, and I'm enjoying them. Um, but yeah, some people it's usually not necessarily extroverts necessarily. It's like I would say the overlap, or like something that they would all have in common would be like the second that a conversation is silent, like they can't handle it. They can't handle like even just a brief moment of silence between them and another person. You know, like those types of people. And like that's like, I'm not judging or anything like that. Like that's you know, everyone's just different, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And like I understand their perspective, how it can feel awkward for that silence to happen. For me personally, I welcome it. One of my favorite like friendship dynamics is like when I have a friend that I can just kind of exist like parallel to them. So instead of like constantly doing things together, like I might hop on like a voice call with them, and we kind of just do our own separate thing. Or like I used to have a roommate who we would just hang out in the living room doing our own separate thing. And like we wouldn't really talk except for like showing each other the occasional meme, maybe. But for the most part, we would just kind of like chill in the same room, but doing our own thing. I love that. That is like the ideal friendship for me. Though to be fair, when you're in a larger group and it goes silent, something. Yeah, like if it's more than five, yeah, no, I get it. Like if you're in a large group and the whole group goes silent, I'm more talking about like the people who, if you're having a one-on-one conversation with them and there's even just like 10 seconds of silence, they get very uncomfortable, and they have to say something, not because like necessarily they want to say it, they just need to fill the silence. That's more what I was referring to. It's usually, I would say it's usually those people that like if I start to go a little bit quiet in a group, they'll like they'll take that as me not enjoying people's company or enjoying my time there. Because it's different perspectives, right? Like some people, um, well, like a bunch of different people, we all experience social dynamics differently, right? Yeah, being alone together. That's yeah. I love that. I love the whole like being alone together type of vibe. To each their own. I just like vibing on the sidelines. It really just depends. I mean, I would say like nowadays I'm definitely a lot more of a wallflower. When I was younger, um, sorry, I can't forget my coffee. When I was younger, I was definitely like center of attention. Like I would show up at parties not knowing a single person, and I would just like hop from like group to group, and um, like I used to be very unafraid. And then you know I got older and had that one friend who I didn't talk to for 2 years. We met and talked a bit, but also hours of silence and vibing. We both enjoyed it. That's awesome. Yeah, once you find like that one friend who you just like, you both have the same socialization style, it feels great. It feels great to find someone like that. Um but yeah, no, I didn't used to have social anxiety for most of my life. And then I got older and I sort of went through that thing that apparently women or AFAB, like who have autism, apparently go through, where when when we're younger, like our traits are more often kind of overlooked, and people are like, oh, they'll grow out of it, and then we get older, and obviously like we don't really and like societal expectations start to become a lot more strict, and it just makes it a lot more difficult to like fit in, I guess, and the consequences for not fitting in also get a lot more significant, a lot more intense, and yeah, so I would say probably like early 20s was when like my social life kind of just like tanked, I guess. Um, because like, I don't know. Yeah, basically what I had said. It's a little difficult to explain. Air cat ear model. By the way, thank you. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you recognized it as cat ears. Originally, they were supposed to be cat ears, but then I put them on my head, and I was like, these kind of look like raccoon ears. And then I was like, you know what? That kind of tracks. That kind of fits, honestly. So I'm considering like maybe making a raccoon tail to go with it. I think that would be because I also have like the mask on my face, right? Little trash panda. I still have not made a coughing animation just yet. Um, but I have been working on my voice a little bit, and been doing my exercises, but also just learning about like how to overcome like the certain vocal issues that I'm struggling with. And basically what I've discovered is over the years I think my voice might have changed. And so like just because of like health issues, you sound a lot more stable than last time I was here. Oh my god, yeah. Don't even get me started. Okay, one sec. I like I knew my voice was bad during the last stream, but I rewatched like that VOD recently, and I was like, oh my god, this is horrendous. Holy shit. But yeah, so I just did like a little bit of digging and figuring out like how to make my voice a little bit better, not just for like streaming purposes, but just overall quality of life, right? Um and basically it's like I'm trying basically to use a different part of my vocal cords, a different part of my mouth and stuff like that, if that makes sense, to like basically just changing my voice in general. Um, and that I've already seen improvements when I do that. It's just very difficult to do it because like the muscles aren't there. It's not a voice that I use or have been using, so the muscles to do it are not there. So it'll take some time. Um, less stress on certain parts. Yeah, it's I need to start putting less stress on the back of my throat. So I'm trying really hard. Like I'm actually focusing so hard right now. To make sure that I keep my voice at the front of my mouth, essentially. Almost as if I'm whispering but talking at the same time. So just keeping it as far away from the back of my throat as possible. It seems to be working decently well. Now there are certain things that I just can't help. Locked in on whispering. Yeah, basically. Um, like for example, we haven't gotten results back and stuff like that yet. We're still exploring things, but my doctor suspects that I might have Sjogren's disease, which causes dry eyes, dry mouth, as well as a bunch of other different stuff. One sec. Yeah, I kind of lost the genetic lottery a little bit. Both halves of my family have a lot of different like genetic issues, and myself as well as my poor sister on my mother's side, we kind of ended up with the shit end of the stick a little bit, unfortunately. It, it is what it is, I suppose. Uh, the Overwatch character. Sjogren's, so yeah, it's an autoimmune disease. Again, I'm still being tested for it, but it would explain a lot because my mouth just dries out so fast. It's unreal. And my eyes too get so dry. In fact, like there might even be times when I'm streaming where instead of having it synced to my actual blinking, I might tweak my model for the odd stream here and there to have it just auto blink. Because sometimes I literally just can't keep my eyes open. Like I can keep them open for like a brief second to see what I'm doing. But sometimes I'll just be sitting here like, I can't see. Does mouth throat spray help? I don't know what that is. Is it like a medicated spray? Let me see. I'm Googling it. Spray for. So in terms of eye drops, it's a little bit of a weird thing. So I can't use most eye drops because of the severity of the dry eyes. So most eye drops have like some form of preservative, and that when you have really, really extra dry eyes, it can actually make things worse. They keep your mouth moist and smelling good, like an alternative to mouthwash. Oh, do you mean like the Listerine sprays? I have. I Yeah. So the oh, right, I forgot that there's like a certain protocol I have when I'm supposed to like leave my model so it doesn't look like a freaking nightmare. um I think there's like a an animation or something that I can have it default to. But oh, one sec. You also talked about how you can't go in the sun. Less intense. Every time I sweat, it burns like someone poured bullet. Oh, interesting. So if it burns when you sweat, like do you have dry skin maybe? Like is the salt hurting your skin? Um but yeah, the sun thing we're still not sure about that. Um but no dry skin or anything. Okay. Interesting. um Although I will say I have something similar in my mouth. I think because my mouth gets so dry that if uh if I eat something, like when you like just naturally salivate when you eat something or drink something or whatever, my mouth gets so dry without me realizing it that it hurts sometimes when like I eat something or drink something. Um And I think it's because like how do I explain it? I guess because like the saliva like glands or whatever, like they don't get used as often, and so I don't know. Um, no doctor had any explanation. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's yeah, that's frustrating. Do you drink often? Like water? Yes, I'm very well hydrated. Alcohol? Not particularly. Um, I used to drink quite a bit when I was younger, and then I started taking Vyvanse, so I had to quit that at least like for a while, and then like eventually I just kind of like realized I didn't really enjoy drinking that much, so I kind of just stopped. Um, like I kind of just came to this weird realization like a few years ago that I just didn't enjoy being inebriated, essentially. And so I kind of just lost like my desire to drink at all. Um, mouth just dry to annoy you. Yeah, for real. But I will say, like, I have recently thought about um drinking a little bit again. The only reason why is because I used to be like not like a huge wine snob, but um like one of my favorite hobbies used to be like wine tasting but also bartending. I really love mixing drinks, and I really love creating new drinks, like new cocktails and stuff. It was one of my favorite things to do for many years, and I just miss that. Like I feel like a lot of people will say that like they enjoy being drunk but they don't like the taste. I'm the opposite. I don't like being drunk but I like the taste, and mocktails just don't cut it. Um and so like I don't know, the other day I was just thinking like it was one of those thoughts that starts off as a small thought and then it just like keeps poking you more and more until eventually you're just like, okay, fine, fuck. Where like I just miss having a small glass of wine with my dinner. That's literally just it. Like I don't even like I don't miss being drunk. I don't like being drunk at all. Um, but just there's something really nice about just sitting down with like a small glass of white wine with my dinner, and that like is literally it. I just miss that just for the taste. Yeah. And so like I've been on my medications for a couple years now, and like I I'm in a place where like I can experiment a bit now with that. And so I have a bottle of wine that's been sitting in my fridge for a few days now. And actually, because I know that my tolerance is going to be super trash. I also picked up some, I don't know how to pronounce it. Uh, San, oh my God, I gotta Google it. And, oh, San Pellegrino. San Pellegrino, I believe it's called. Um, there's this drink that uh I can't confidently say that I invented it, but it's something that I like experimented with many years ago, and anyone who I've ever introduced to this drink has absolutely fucking loved it. But the I don't know how to pronounce it. San Pellegrino. It's like a sparkling juice. Specifically the pomegranate orange or pomegranate tangerine. Um, what I'll do is I'll do 2 parts of that and 1 part of either Chardonnay or Moscato. And it's delicious. It is dangerously delicious. In fact, you can't even taste the wine. That's how dangerous it is. And so I'm going to be very careful with it, but I figured if I just water down the wine, like quote unquote water down the wine a little bit, like I can start small, very small, and just see how I do, because some people on this medication, they can't even have a sip. Um And so, like, I want to start slow, basically. May have to give that a try at some point. Might get me to actually drink wine. Yeah, you can't even taste the wine. It's bad. Like back when I used to actually drink, I could easily clear an entire bottle of wine scarily fast drinking it that way. And I've seen other people do it too. It's very very good, and yeah, it's like decently cheap too. Um, yeah, maybe like yeah, because like Chardonnay and Moscato, you can get those for pretty cheap. And the thing about like this particular drink, it doesn't even have to be like the fanciest wine. Like you can, I've never tried it with boxed wine. You could probably just do boxed wine. Flex much. What am I flexing? I have no muscles. I'm built like a bowl of wet ramen noodles. I got nothing to flex. Ah, coffee is so great. Um, I couldn't do wine. Yeah, your wine drinking abilities. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I used to drink so much. It was unreal. My tolerance was like, I don't know. I think about past Ivy and I swear she was a different person. Like past Ivy used to clear half a 2-6 of Fireball in an hour in the back fridge of a freaking like frozen yogurt place that she didn't work at, and then go to a party and drink more. Like what, girl? Who are you? Like, have we met before? I don't know you. Had like a year around where I was 20 where I drank more and more every time. Jeez Louise. I I also used to be that one bitch at big parties, like large parties. I used to show up with an extra 2-6 of Fireball, and I would go up to random people and just do shots with them as like a way to break the ice and make friends with people. I would just go up to random people and be like, take a shot with me. And then I would do that, and then I would have like so many friends by the end of the night. I have grown old. I have grown so old. I've grown so old that like one of um like even like my childhood friends called me out on it. They're like, "Bro, you're boring now." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong." But you know, I'm happy. So I sour bombed my taste buds out of sour bombed. What is a sour bomb? I need candy 24 times the regular amount of sour. Yeah, I don't know what a sour. I've heard of sourpuss. I'm not a particularly huge fan of like sour stuff in general, honestly. Not a sour person. That's how you make friends. Yeah. um I don't know why my model keeps squinting like this, but uh it might be my mic placement. I don't know. But you know what? She works. So that's all I can ask for at this point. Are the Nox and Hazel sprites here? So the Nox one, yes. Nox is like, well, actually I'm still kind of working on his a little bit. Um Still a little bit under construction. But Hazel's, I haven't rigged it yet. Um it's on my giant laundry list of shit that I wanted to. um but yeah, I like the idea of like if one of them is like present with me, like if they're like chilling next to me while I'm streaming, I like the idea of having them on screen. Sort of as like um to sort of like show people like, oh yeah, they're like this one's hanging out with me today. Oh, what is this? Why did that get why did that get flagged for sex-based terms? That's weird. Anyways, uh But yeah, automod, good job, bud. Um, you know what? I'd rather automod work overtime than not enough. But yeah, because Twitch. Oh my god. Um, yeah, you could just like pour citric acid on like everything, essentially. That's how I am with salt, but for a different reason. My doctor told me I need to get as much like salt and like various electrolytes in my diet as I can. And to the point where she literally told me, she's like, you could like eat some fruit in the morning and put some salt on it. She's like, it tastes great. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. But yeah, I put salt on like so many things. It's pretty great actually. Like of all like the health, like dietary related health struggles, I think like I did kind of look out a little bit because like my diet rules that my doctor has given me is eat as much junk food as you want, um and like eat, like put salt on all of the things, and just like, you know, make sure to eat a vegetable every once in a while, which I do because I like vegetables. um Mustard, well, you know what, I can't judge for that because I put mayo on everything. I used to get teased a lot because I would just straight up have mayo packets in my bag or my purse at all times. Anywhere I went, I always had mayo packets on me because you never know when you need to bust out the emergency mayo. Just how most people eat regularly, to be fair. You know what? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. I think like for me it goes um like it does go a little beyond where it's like I do have to, I have to watch very carefully like what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, but it's like it's sort of like the opposite of like what like I need to eat more. I need to eat fattier foods, heartier foods, uh and a bunch of other stuff like more protein as well, and more salt. Like my diet is very strict, but if you were to look at it from a surface level, you would be like, dang, bitch, you're living the life. Emergency condiment stash. Yes, absolutely. Um, you drink tea. I try to drink tea more often. I drink tea a lot when I'm sick. I drink a lot of peppermint green tea when I'm sick. I find it helps me recover and it helps with my throat. And I actually should be drinking that more often. It's just my peppermint plant died. And I'm so sad. I used to have a peppermint plant and she was doing so well. I don't know what happened. Well, actually, no, I do. I moved into a new place and I didn't have, well, no, it wasn't that I moved into a new place, it's that I got a new cat that wouldn't stop trying to eat my fucking plants. And I didn't have anywhere to put her where he wouldn't get to her. I do now, but she's already gone. And I'm so sad. Property before, despite having been a server for, oh yeah, like I love peppermint tea. I would say like homegrown peppermint tea, I find it's not as strong or as flavorful. It's just cheaper and I like making my own tea. But I'll usually mix it with like store-bought green tea. But yeah, so I do have a spot for my plants now. So I might get another peppermint plant, honestly. Because peppermint's super easy to grow. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to kill a peppermint plant. Um, and I'm so sad because I did end up killing mine, and I was like, I still get teary eyed because the only place I could put it where my cat couldn't get to it, it just didn't get enough sunlight, which is a lot for a peppermint plant. Like like you could neglect the shit out of those. They're a weed basically. Um, and so the fact that it died, like I feel so bad. um But luckily, like they're like if you just have a semi decent spot for them, you can grow one. It's definitely very beginner friendly. Um, with that being said, however, my voice is crapping out. Potted cactus died. Oh my goodness, potted cactus. I've always wanted a cactus. I've considered getting one, if not to just teach the boy to stop eating plants. But knowing him, he will probably find a way to still eat it because he's not a cat. He's a creature. He's some form of entity, and he doesn't abide by the laws of reality. Yeah, I would love a cactus. I think they're so cute. But yeah, I do have to wrap things up, unfortunately. I am trying very hard to use this new, less painful voice, but I do have to take things in baby steps, unfortunately. Um, but this was super, super fun. And I will be back tomorrow, I believe, for YouTube playables. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I think that's what I put on there. So if I don't see you guys then I hope you have a wonderful week. And yeah, take care.